So today we have gathered some famous economists from all over the world in order to discuss Netflix. I will begin the introduction so you all know a little bit more about the company. And for those who do not know yet, Netflix is a subscription based streaming service that allows its members to watch TV shows and movies without commercials on an internet connected device. Some key data that we think it's important to share to you about Netflix is that their market capital was 240 billion as of last year. Their revenue was 20.16 billion and their profit net income as of 2019 it's 1.86 billion. A little bit of their history is that it was founded in 1997. Their founders are Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, and they had an idea to rent DVDs by mail. In 1998, they launched Netflix.com, that it was the first rental and sales site. In 1999, the subscription service begins and it offers unlimited DVD rentals. In 2002, actually the company went public and the initial IPO was $1 per share. Can you imagine that? Then on 2007, the streaming is introduced. So you are able to watch series and films instantly through internet. In 2010 and 2011, it arrives in Canada and Latin America as well. 2013, they start producing their first ever series, which is House of Cards. And in 2016, they expanded to 130 new countries. So it's present in more than 190 today and available in 21 languages. In 2017, Netflix have 100 million membership hits and their first Academy Award. Also in 2018, they were the most nominated studio at the Emmys, which was a big impact for them. Their lines of operation, the first one is Netflix official website, where you are able to watch movies, series, documentaries, stand-up comedy, anything that you imagine. They also have a lot of licensing, so they partner with content providers to license streaming rights for a variety of TV shows and movies. They have a monthly subscription plans, the basic, standard, and premium. The producers of shows, this has launched them to another level because now they're producing in-house or acquire exclusive rights to stream content, which gives them a competitive advantage towards others. The recommendations algorithm, this is a personalized feature of Netflix that has perfected over the years. And the international streaming options and features as well defines Netflix as one of the top streaming services. And also, a fun fact is that Netflix is responsible for 15% of global internet traffic as well.
Now you're wondering, how did they become big? And probably you're curious to know how Netflix business model works. Start with customer segments. Netflix platform is designed to capture a wide range of subscribers. For this reason, it offers a vast collection of different types of genres for different ages and preferences. Next is their value propositions. Netflix's entire value propositions is linked to the fact that it provides quality entertainment to its user. Here are a few of what Netflix Unique offers. Users can stream 24/7 minus the ads, access to exclusive Netflix original movies or shows, and you can share accounts with your friends and family. Because of Netflix's unique offering, Netflix is #1 in the US for its paid digital content, based on a survey in 2019. Netflix channels. How can you access Netflix? Subscriber can access Netflix online streaming through website, apps, and TV apps and gaming consoles. Netflix business model is grounded on monthly subscription. Next is their key resources. Netflix resources are mainly human and digital resources. Next is Netflix key activities. The main change was the creation of original content to expand its video library. Netflix started to invest to series and movie creation by either acquiring independent creator or creating in-house that added a new key activity to its business model, which is content creation. And that is called vertical integration, where company owns several parts of its value chain. Who are their key partners? Netflix has built more than 35 plus partners across the media business, like smart TVs, gaming companies like Wii, Xbox, PlayStation, and TV network companies. Lastly, what is their cost structure? Netflix is quite big in their cost structure and demanded a huge investment to reach the position where the company has gotten today. So that is the business model of Netflix. Thank you.
Now, let us recall the three main types of markets: perfect competition, monopolistic competition, and monopoly. The streaming industry operates in monopolistic competition because they have a large number of firms. Netflix is a market leader and a first mover, but there's a lot of competition now. Since late 2019, there's been a barrage of new platform launches as big media companies scramble for position in the post-cable universe. Apple TV Plus and Disney Plus came online in November 2019, while HBO Max debuted in May. All that on top of literally dozens of other smaller services and niche platforms for audiences with specialized tastes, which means that the entry is easy. As their service evolved, Netflix has taken more of an active role as producer and distributor for both film and television series, what we know as Netflix originals. I think we can all think of at least one Netflix original that has been successful, like House of Cards, Stranger Things, or even The Irishman, which got like a lot of Oscar nominations this year. This is called product differentiation, and the majority of streaming services consider their original productions as one of their strengths in order to stay competitive. The advantage of this approach is that it keeps people subscribed to the streaming service even if some of their favorite shows move somewhere else. Also, Netflix is a public good because one person's increased consumption does not reduce the quantity available to others. So now we're going to talk about how the internet and technological advancements have impacted the growth of Netflix and the streaming industry as a whole, and then the impact that the streaming industry has had on other businesses. As we have learned so far, the original business model of Netflix included DVD sales and rental by physical mail. With the expansion of the internet to at least half of the households of the world population during the last decade, it allowed for more ambitious services to be offered, including high-definition video streaming. In addition, as households got more internet coverage, its speed and bandwidth was also increased. You can see from the graph here, as the average internet speed in the US escalated, the amount of Netflix subscribers also grew. Why? Well, because a high internet speed cuts loading times, making streaming a more reliable source of entertainment. Additionally, as smartphones became more readily available, Netflix did not get left behind and quickly introduced apps for mobile in order to make the services more portable and significantly more accessible than cable TV. Still speaking about hardware, we cannot forget about the introduction of smart TVs to the market. These also meant that Netflix was more accessible. Now you had Netflix right at the push of a button. Now we have a strong and blooming streaming industry. What does this mean for the home rental and cable TV industries? Netflix's negative externality on the DVD rental industry basically drove them out of business. We all know what happened to Blockbuster. In the case of the cable industry, Netflix has seized their market share rather significantly and reduced their profits, leading them to create new pricing options and even include Netflix as a bundle with cable subscription. So as Netflix became more common, it garnered a heavy following, gaining critical mass, which is a topic that is going to be discussed by our next speaker.
Netflix attained critical mass due to their strategy by offering different content, such as documentary videos, movies, etc. Therefore, Netflix targeted distribution method enabled them to reach critical mass by targeting specific audiences with specific taste at a large scale. The subscription base reached a critical mass where customers began to bring more customers as the
number of customers increase, the perceived value of network service increase as well. This in turn improves the trust among existing customers, and it prompts more non-customers to try. Netflix network effects are basically how users create value for each other. Netflix is not only giving customers what they want, but also investing in improving their preferences. And Netflix does this by using data analytics, and data analytics play a key role where Netflix applies algorithm because Netflix has a large number of subscribers that help them to know the user's preferences. Netflix increase in traffic or the size of network is achieved by delivering open connection and ISPs. This indeed increase the value because more members have access to the internet, and of course it offers more value to the subscribers. So this is an example of where Netflix utilizes the network effect to their advantage. Another example is Netflix network effect during COVID-19, network externalities. Netflix reduced the number of traffic because of the strain on internet service to providers to ensure good quality. This is due because large of people were subscribing, and there was a degradation on the system. Operating own delivery network has seen some degradation due to COVID, and this indeed reduced the quality of video streaming by lowering the picture quality.
Now I'm going to talk about Netflix pricing strategy. Netflix currently uses two types of pricing strategy. It's the indirect and direct segment discrimination. So first, I'm going to talk about the indirect. Netflix is currently present in over 190 countries. Their pricing scheme is generally the same. It's divided into three standard types: basic, standard, and premium. In Taiwan, if you go to their website, this is also the standard pricing. Indirect pricing involves structuring a set of choices around some variable to which the various segments are differentially sensitive. Since Netflix cannot control which customer will sign up for what package, they structure a choice for buyers to earn different incremental margins for each segment. And in the US, they have three types, but as you can see here. But in India, they use four. So in India, they began offering a new mobile-only plan. It is half the price of a basic plan, and the difference is you can only watch this through your mobile or tablet. But unlike the basic plan where you can stream it through your smart TV or laptop, this plan is not only present in India, but also in other Asia-Pacific countries like Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia, comparing it to the US where that option is not available. We think that this is a classic example of an indirect segment pricing because they're trying to capture also the lower income users. And for this mobile-only plan, Netflix actually laid out some controls to strictly enforce the parameters of the plan. When the customer tries to watch more than one screen, the app will prevent you from watching. Customers are also blocked from downloading content in more than one device, and customers cannot stream using their laptops or smart TV. Moving on, another pricing strategy that they use is direct segment discrimination by location. Here's a comparison of the price by location, with the United States being the most expensive, while Philippines being the cheapest in the list. The segmentation through location is also evident by the average revenue they get from subscribers. Unsurprisingly, US and Canada region has the highest revenue per subscriber due to the higher pricing we just saw. And in Asia Pacific, where we saw lower pricing for India and the availability of mobile-only plans, we see that they have a lower revenue per subscriber. If we move to the Latin American region, we see an even lower revenue per subscriber. And according to eMarketer, multiple countries in Latin America region have the lowest subscription costs worldwide.
which is why in this chart you can see that they have the lowest revenue. How do I stop this? Oopsie.
Okay, guys, now let's have a look on the Netflix main competitors and which pricing strategies they use. We will focus on Amazon's Prime Video, Disney Plus, and Warner Media's HBO Max. Amazon's Prime Video streaming service was launched in 2006, and today it has more than 150 million subscribers. Disney Plus was launched in 2019. It covers a little more than 30 countries, but just during the year, it got more than 60 million of subscribers. Warner Media's HBO Max was launched just in May 2020, so it's the youngest service from presented here, and it works just in the USA right now, but it has already got more than 30 million subscribers. All of these services have its own unique content and its own fans. Okay, let's see in more detail their pricing strategies. We will start with Amazon's Prime Video service. Amazon uses direct and indirect segment discrimination. So subscribers can choose from a high variety of pricing plans. For example, they can choose just access to Prime Video streaming content without any benefits of the Prime service, such as just as free two-day delivery from Amazon, unlimited reading, music streaming, and photo storage, just for $9 a month. Basic Amazon Prime service that includes all the benefits which I was just talking about and Prime Video will cost $13 a month or $120 a year. At the same time, Amazon provides special tariffs for people with Medicaid or students, charging them for $6 and $6.5 a month. Moreover, Amazon gives its subscribers such options as access for not included in basic plan channels like HBO, Showtime, and so on for additional fees. Okay, now let's have a look at the Disney Plus pricing policy. Disney has just one basic plan for $7 a month or $70 a year. But at the same time, Disney also provides a bundle consisting of free streaming services as Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus for $12 a month. Subscribing to the bundle rather than signing up for each service individually saves you about $6 per month. Also, Disney uses direct segment discrimination based on location, charging subscribers in different countries for different rates. Okay, now I would like you to pay attention to the new streaming service of HBO Max, which was launched just a half year before. It doesn't provide any subscription plans except of one basic for $15 a month. But to save its former subscribers and attract new, Warner Media used different options like free offers, discounts, and deals. For example, subscribers of HBO Now or the HBO cable channels are eligible to receive HBO Max at no extra cost to their current subscription fee. And at the start of the service, new subscribers could have free 7-day trial period and a discounted 20% price if pre-ordered directly through Warner Media. In such a way, Warner Media will likely generate more per subscriber revenue than if someone pays for this service through partners, which each take a cut. Okay. As we can see, to attract more customers and increase their revenues, Netflix and its competitors mix their pricing strategies. Thank you.
So hello guys, now we are going to talk about content and its importance for Netflix and its competitors. As you can see, for the last 5 years, all of the companies, they have intensified their investment into content, but Netflix was the leader, and in fact in 2020 they are going to spend almost more than 17 billion on acquiring new content and developing their own content. On the next slide, actually, you can see the total number of shows that were available at June 18, 2020. And basically, in terms of number of shows available, Netflix is not number one. Prime Video is, but Netflix has the most original TV shows among all of the companies, and later on you will see why it's very important. On this slide, you can see number of original and licensed TV shows that have rating more than 8 according to IMDb. And as you can see, Netflix is number one. They have more than 300 shows that are rated 8+. The second one is Hulu, actually, but most of their shows are licensed. And in terms of original high-quality shows, HBO Max is number 2. Now we're going to talk about churn rate, and it's a very important metric because it shows how many customers they cancel or they didn't review their subscriptions during a given period. So as you can see, Netflix has a very loyal base, and their churn rate is the lowest among these 7 companies. And the numbers for the other companies, they're very unstable, they're very volatile in a way. So what does it tell us in terms of demand and its elasticity? The demand for Netflix is a very inelastic, price inelastic, and that's why they can basically charge higher subscription fee, and they have a higher customer base. And yes, because of intensifying competition, they may lose some customers, but this number will be much, much lower than if they had a more price elastic demand.
Hello, I'm going to talk about the demand and supply during COVID-19. Year after year, the total number of Netflix subscribers keep increasing. Right now, the company has 195.50 million subscribers globally. So when COVID-19 spread throughout the world, millions of people found comfort in Netflix as they sheltered at home during quarantine. Subscriptions skyrocketed in the first half year, but as expected, the accelerated phase of growth was unsustainable. In the third quarter, Netflix added 2.2 million subscribers, just under its projection of 2.5 million, and far lower than the previous quarter addition of 10 million subscribers. Here, as a result of the pandemic, Netflix saw a spike in its demand during this year. So here we can see, for Netflix, the cost of selling additional memberships is close to $0. Of course, they incur in big amounts of debt for producing their own content and have the cost related to the maintenance of their infrastructure as well. The cost of Netflix from having 195 million subscribers to add one extra customer hardly changes. So we're basically saying that they do not incur in any additional cost to produce additional memberships. Netflix additional cost is constant, meaning that they are willing to sell as many memberships as they can. Since Netflix is a digital product, they basically have no physical limitations to keep selling more and more. Netflix has a completely scalable product that millions of people love. Their subscription-based revenue and stock price have been soaring for years, and they have virtually no barriers to meet consumer demand. After the increase in demand, as seen in the graphic, just like some analysts predicted, Netflix increased the price of its subscriptions to maximize profit. So to conclude, we can say that the effect of the pandemic and its impact continues to make projections very uncertain, but as the world hopefully recovers in 2021, Netflix would expect that its growth will revert back to levels similar to pre-COVID-19. That's what the company says in its letter to its shareholders.
So, after the presentation from our top international economists, we have 2 questions for you. The first question is, Netflix has also been identified as an oligopoly by various economists. What characteristics does Netflix and the streaming industry in general have that make it so? And our second question is, how can Netflix expand horizontally? Please put your answer in your comments, and thank you so much for watching.